Right then. Let's see how we're gonna do tonight then. So it's sprint and hello Seed. How's everyone doing today? Good, good. Glad to see that people are doing okay. I hope I don't get punted off. You go around Zandvoort and you go around Jeddah, so Jeddah I wouldn't expect too much. I'd expect people to be all over the place. Yeah, no, I was making. Don't forget spectator mode. I've just been asked, and I was making sure that we didn't go until I was ready to go. I have slept. I think I've slept funny on my shoulder. My shoulder is absolutely dead. But yeah, now I've got to get myself acquainted with where we are in sprint because I had last week off. Which means the standings have changed wildly in the two races that I have probably missed. So Joe had a, what is that, 67-point gap with 10 to go. He can't win it today, but entirely possible by the end of next week he's champ. I'm pretty sure. Although we've got a full grid actually, and almost a full grid. Yep, you hear nothing new there. You do hear my voice again. It's been a while though, Rossi. How you doing? How many different winners do we have now? So Joe's won 2. No, Joe's won 3. Staber's won 3. Outside of it, so that's 2, 3. Good. Good, Rossi. It's nice to see that everything's going good. I'm just seeing how many different people have won a race at this point because I've lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 8 different winners from 12 at the moment. So Joe and Staber are the only repeat winners we have so far. That's actually quite interesting. I don't think we're going to be too far away here either. Is Joe racing? Yep, Joe's racing. Staber is also racing. Let's see who could keep themselves on track here though. As per usual. One shot on a Tuesday night anyway. One shot quali. Commentator's worst nightmare. And then a 25% race, which should be just chaos from everybody just hitting everybody or sending themselves into a wall. Landlord's one of these tracks that nobody else seems to like, but I love driving. Can't say the exact same for Jeddah later on. Here we go. Oh god, that's staring straight into my eyes. I don't like that. That boy decent. Yeah, I know. It's just people don't seem to like it. Let's put a track map on and put some lap data on. Rigo looks like he's actually up for it today. Bloodwave, Mildsy, Millsy having a second place on track taken away from him due to the stewards on Thursday night. Almost had a win on track, to be fair, but bottled it in the first of the two Les modes at Monza. Allowed for our championship lead on a Thursday night to stroll on through and take the win, even with damage. You've got Millsy and Rigo in the AlphaTauris, Robin and Bloodwave in McLarens, and Joe's there with his Williams that he's been sporting the entire season. Where's Staber? Staber in an Aston Martin now. Staber's not. The last few races have clearly not treated Staber kindly. Same with Jack in the Aston Martin, 9th, looking to capitalise on his win on the last race we had here in sprint. And down to the line, here we go. Joe's going to be on pole here then. Trucco got disqualified. I can only assume it's invalidating his lap. So 1:11.6 for Joe, followed by a 1:11.9 for Staber. So it's, well, two of your main championship protagonists. Well, the other one up in at the front. Not entirely sure where Will is there actually. Danbo clearly not one of his strong suits. Will absolutely nowhere to be seen. Where is he? 14th. Ouch. And that Haas, he's been driving for a good chunk of the season. So Joe's on top of the championship. He's on top of the standings here as well. And with that, had a chance to extend that 67-point gap, considering the guy in second currently sits 14th on the grid. Staber would have to, well, top 3, I believe, to jump Will here. Provided Will doesn't score anything, obviously. So it's a real chance for Joe to extend this lead. As for the constructors, Joe and oh Jesus Christ. 160 points separates first and second in the constructors. Millsy and Bloodwave have got to get a move on then if they want that to continue on. But those championships should, well, they could be won in just over a week's time, I think. Maybe a couple of weeks. But here we go, everyone lined up on the grid. You can see quite nice, well, not quite nicely in the left-hand side, right-hand side of your screen, sorry. But you can see that they're just about to get going. Here we go, Williams on pole. There's 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, away we go. Who's getting the better start here then? It looks like the answer is Bloodwave. The McLaren is flying. Joe did not get a good start, and Staber's going to take the lead into turn 1. It looks like Bloodwave's going to jump. Oh, there's been a massive pile-up at the back there. A bunch of cars, there's like a good dozen cars there getting caught up in all the complete chaos there, caused by a turn 1 mishap. I'm not entirely sure who. 5-second penalty there for Luke, whose car collided. Well, actually, Hallinen's got a 5-second penalty. What on earth has happened there? People from all over the place just colliding with each other. Nope. Nothing has changed apparently. Here comes Bloodwave and Joe going to go around each other into the second sector here. Or into the middle of second sector and toward the actual beginning of the third sector. And that Williams had such a poor start, allowed the McLaren to jump it, and that McLaren's going to have a poor corner. Might open the door for the Williams down the straight, but Staber's got a second gap already, and Bloodwave, well, you thought he might have been reeling coming off of what was a very good result on the Thursday race last week at Monza, but not really holding his own in that McLaren against Staber this time round. So penalties galore. As for tyres, a few people decided to start on softs. Actually, majority. Is that majority? Yeah, it is. Actually, no, it might be even. It's even split. Yellow flag, there's a Red Bull in the pits. So Reaper has had to make his pit stop early. Joe's decided to go into the grass for a minute there and lost a little bit of time on Bloodwave as a result, who's now 1.3 seconds behind Staber at the front of this race. And Staber, as long as he keeps it on track, has this under control by the looks of things. Cunningham having a little bit of a mess there. Dropped quite a number of places. Let's have a look at Robin versus Goran. Actually, I'm going to call him Vogel because I think it's easy. Luke outbroke himself and hit the Red Bull. Okay, which got the massive pile up. Yeah, nothing's changed here then. Staber setting another fastest lap, and it looks like Staber's just going from strength to strength here. What's happened here? So there's a spin, or a couple of spins here. Alu and Truco, those two getting on the back of each other by the looks of it. Both spinning out this last corner on the track. Jack and having a go at each other, who's also having a go at Cunningham. 5 seconds for Truco for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, there goes Jack! There goes Jack into the wall. I think he might have saved it from a heavy hit to the wall, but he got into the wall nonetheless. He's going to drop to 80, so a good chunk of the guys at the back have already been had one spin. And if you were at the front, you were able to avoid the shenanigans at the start, and well, you're far better off for it. You can see the gaps opening up as you go down the field from Luke backwards. Even Vogel not even putting on much pressure on Rigo, who we're currently watching here, who currently sits about 7/10 behind his AlphaTauri teammate for the day, Mildy. Yellow flag in sector 3, and there goes so nothing's changed from tier 1. It looked like Alu might have had a little bit of a problem going through the final through the third to last. But Erm's out, and I think that might be safety car. It is a safety car, so people are going to come in and make their pit stops. If you're on the softs, well, you go to mediums, go to the end from here. But Staber had his gap. Bloodwave had no answer, and that answer has been handed on a plate to Bloodwave now, as he's going to be right on the back of Staber immediately. Well then, we forgot to take turn off the overtake button. Okay then, that's impressive. That's rather impressive. You find a different way to DNF, and every single race I commentate for you, I swear to God. Alright, everyone going to come into there for their pit stops, basically. If you miss your pit stop now, then you might be in a bit of a pickle later on. Abu Dhabi, there's no way I DNF. I don't watch, well, you will DNF. You absolutely will, and you didn't, Rossi, you did watch Streets for 7 months, come back and it's like, it's the same when it comes to, some things never change, and apparently the level of driving, especially from some people, don't either. So, but sometimes sometimes it's just mistakes that are easy to make, such as Luke's outbreaker. You don't see Luke making an awful lot of mistakes when it comes to hitting other people, but apparently when they do, and you absolutely won't. First time in a while you had to practice, had the time to practice. I still fully expect you to DNF. And I also fully expect you to, even with the practice of a 25% race today, DNF in Abu Dhabi on Thursday as well. Right. As we see everyone start to bunch back up now. Looks like so he did the, I mean, it's not Abu Dhabi, yeah, never mind, Jeddah. Jeddah, you're dying, you are going to die. Thursday is Abu Dhabi, I got confused, my bad. But yeah, no, Jeddah, you are, I will be surprised if you last 5 laps. That track is quite toward the, quite a wall-surrounded track, and a mistake there will literally end your race. Only ever done 1 lap at Jeddah. Yeah, I did Jeddah for... The last time I did Jeddah was the time trials for ALR for the 50%. I did not enjoy it. Yeah, but that's not exactly a high bar to clear. Was leading it for like 15 laps. Yeah, then you bottled it. Did the 1 lap in time trial, hated it and never touched it. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. It looks like we're coming in this lap then. Saeed's the one that's going to back everyone up. That safety car is going quite the way away now. I think Saeed's lost the ability to do a safety car restart. He's not warming his tyres and he's not letting that safety car go. But now, probably when you would go, and he's going to go now actually, and he's going to be liable to an attack from Bloodwave straight away. He is going to do, well, a B-Tech Lewis, and here comes, around the outside goes Bloodwave here, and, well, he got it done immediately, and, well, Saeed's safety car restart was not the greatest, and he's lost 2 positions off the start. Staber had some sort of problem in that safety car and dropped from 1st to 5th. Has a couple of people he has to get now, including Mildy and Joe, where he didn't last time. Might have got held up, most likely actually, and it looks like everyone was able to hold themselves together this time as we go through the safety car restart, the first lap after it. Some people trying to get to the end on softs from lap 5 is relatively interesting, but they might head into puncher territory by the end of this. Will's gone on hard just to make sure that doesn't happen. We've got a bunch of people really close to each other. No one really able to make something happen yet. El Truco has span. Something has happened at the back there. Oh, what is going on between Noof and Truco? What on earth is going on there? Reaper also involved in this. You can tell from the 3.3 seconds back. Hallinan's going to go down the inside on the Ferrari on Luke. And it's almost a good move there from Hallinan until he went into the side of Luke, and Luke's gone round as a result. It looks like Staber, well actually Sven, Vogel and Staber are all going at each other at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 1 is, I think, the Ferrari of Luke. It is. We've got multiple people battling each other. Sven and Groen are growing. Oh, I'm going to call him Vogel because this is. I'm going to botch it. I'm going to butcher that name every single time. Oh, Mildy is going to try and have a go at Saeed here. And he's not going to be able to make it stick into the 3rd sector. He's going to have to stay behind him just a little bit longer, even though Staber's right on the back now. And yellow flag in sector 2 is Reaper, as he's going to go spinning again. And he is not enjoying his time today whatsoever. We're going to have DRS in a lap, or DRS now actually. Only 2 DRS zones, and Staber had a look for a moment there, either that or lost it, but Adam's going to try and have a look here on Saeed. He's going to get the move done, he's going to cut him off a little bit, but he's going to get it done nonetheless, and the AlphaTauri moves up to 3rd, and it's got a Williams to get now, and it looks like Staber's going to go down the inside here, and Staber with a pretty decent move on Saeed as well, and just taking advantage of that banked corner. Saeed took the high road, and Staber took full advantage of that mistake. Sven looking to try and make something happen as well, and Well, on the faster tyres, you would expect something to come from this. So he still has to pit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the only one as of yet that hasn't actually pit, so for Leon. Yellow flag in sector 2 is of Red Bull again. This time it's Noof. The Red Bulls are not enjoying themselves today. That Red Bull's just got off in the second sector, and that's not quite the end of his race. Still lasted longer than him in the Merc did. But it's not entirely going their way. Rigo trying to make something happen on Sven here, just too far back to do it. Everyone seems to be separated by about 0.3 of a second. Until Sven, here we go, Sven going for the long way round on Saeed. This time Saeed got the inside line and is going to make full advantage of it by pushing Sven onto the grass on the exit, and Sven's going to finally get by. Saeed should have taken full advantage of having the straight line, the better exit, the better line and all that, and just doesn't. Sven's going to happily take that place though, and I think Rigo's not that far from it either. The yellow flag in sector 1, which is just a problem for a Red Bull again. Here comes the Alpha Tyre, Rigo down the inside this time, and I think Rigo's going to have this one into the beginning of sector 3. They both got DRS because Sven in front, and Rigo does finally get that move finished, but Rigo gets into the gravel and gets it all wrong. And Rigo has done a Rigo and has caused Vogel and Robin behind him to have an absolute mishap. Those two pushing each other into a wall, and Rigo's mistake causing chaos behind him. Saeed follows it. Saeed goes into the pit. Rigo just takes the slipstream from him, and then Reaper's going to retire, as Reaper has had a awful time. There's also a DNF there from El Truco, and I think that might be a safety car. Noof has had to slow himself right down for the, I guess, illegal overtake? What is happening? Oh, it's a virtual safety car. Cunnington has to give it back. Cunnington also got a drive-through penalty. That was just weird from back there. Saber needs to get a move on to get Mildy. Joe and Blood are a long way away. Noof has gone into the pit lane and got 5 seconds of speeding in it. Noof has gone into the pit as well. Looks like a bunch of people had a nightmare at the back there. Oh, drive through for Jack. We go green again, and Staber had a very good run on Mildy, but isn't able to make anything of it. Yellow flag in sector 3 is from where people have had an awful time. We've got yellow flags and is still continuing on. As we go into sector 1 ourselves now, down to the line. And yeah, it seems like everyone is having problems behind, and that's the start of blue flags, I'm pretty sure. We've got Major and Vogel going at it. Vogel's gone into the pit. 6 laps on soft seems to be the maximum you can do without them starting to go off a little bit. Still a yellow flag in sector 1 going left, right and centre. Major closing in on Hallinan. And it looks like Staber closing in on Mildy as well. Vogel now the last of people who haven't been lapped. I'm pretty sure of anyway. Oh no, Noof hasn't been lapped yet, and it doesn't look like Cunnington has either. Just Alu. Jack also with his drive-through. Yeah, that's going to kill his race. I think Cunnington has a drive-through as well that's going to be served sooner or later. Yellow flag in sector 2 as well. Somebody's got an awful problem. Cunnington gets 5 seconds after while serving his drive-through penalty, which is awful, which is just awful by his standards. We go into still a yellow flag in sector 2. Staber looking with DRS to try and get Mildy. He's been trying for 8 laps now since that safety car. And Cunnington's come out to being lapped by half the grid. And Sven not that far behind. We got yellow flag to... What on earth is happening to the Alu? But Staben nonetheless closing in that gap to Mildy. But the longer he goes, the less chance he's got of overtaking it. The chance he's got to get a catch in Joe here as well is pretty much non-existent. For what could have been a race win had that safety car not screwed him. He's got to try and make himself get on the podium now. See Cunning Fern behind, getting lapped by a couple of cars. Rego 1 seconds behind Swen. Will has got up to 7th, albeit the gap between Joe and the next guy back in the championship is going to extend after this race, provided Joe doesn't spin that car. We're still watching this Staber attempt at getting Mildy, which is not going very well. What has happened? What the fuck is going on? Why is Alu driving it backwards? What am I looking at? Jack's gone into the pit to serve his drive-through now. What about Robin? Robin's gonna go for it here on Will. He's gonna try and make this work. Major's DNF'd. What's happened to Major? Oh, he's just lost complete control out of turn 3. And he looked like he's trying to overcorrect it after losing control on turn 3. He's got into the barrier, into the banked turn 4. Ouch, that's a bad way to lose a top 10 finish, and someone just drove themselves into the wall back there and probably now has rear wing damage. Yellow flag is a safety car. So the safety car's come out, we're down 4 people, and it's going to bring everyone back together again, so Mildy and Staber might actually have a chance of doing something here. Well, everyone coming into pit for soft. Well, actually, not everyone, just Staber. A couple of people, everyone else stayed out. So Staber's taken a gamble. At a track you can't overtake, track position is king. I'm not sure that was a wide gamble. But I guess if he ends higher than 4th by the end of the race, then it's one he'll be happy to take. Has Cunnington been lapped? I think Cunnington has indeed been lapped. So, Cunnington, Noof, Alu, all been lapped. So, we're realistically down to 13 on the lead lap. Cunnington, we've just got penalties galore in this one. Will going to be happy with his race. I don't think he's going to be happy with the fact that Joe's going to extend the gap again, but he'll be happy with the race nonetheless. After starting so low down, he got up to 6th as it stands. We'll be racing again on lap 17. Oh, there's a Red Bull there that's had a bit of a problem. Oh, the Red Bull's in the gravel. I think he might be beached. That Red Bull's not moving. Yeah, Noof's been beached. So Noof is out. Under the safety car as well. Noof got himself beached. He got himself disqualified from the session. So that's down 5. Someone's pit. I assume that's Jack going on to soft. We're going to have one more lap of the safety car. But there's well, 1 lap soft versus 11 lap mediums. Real question is which one's better? Which one's going to be able to make overtakes is actually a better question, because it's probably not a track where overtakes are going to be a dime a dozen. But Bloodwave looked like, well, since Staber's problem in the first safety car, Bloodwave's had control of this race. Now the safety car's going to come in this lap. Will Bloodwave be able to last the last 2 laps and take home the win here? I think the bigger question is, would this be a different winner from what we've had before? Bloodwave has not actually won a race so far, so this would be the 9th winner in this season of Sprint after 13 races, which would be rather impressive, the amount of people that have stood on the top step of that podium. Here we go, Bloodwave's going to go. He got quite the gap on Joe here, actually. He's going to be attacked from Mildy from behind. It's into turn 1. Mildy's going to have the inside. Joe's going to go wide, and I think Mildy's going to keep his car in. He's actually just about kept his car going. Hallinen's had a problem back there, and I think Luke's had one as well. It looks like Vogel's had one. A lot of people just had problems there. Staber's got Robin, and Staber moves up to 7th already. 3 people spinning out after turn 1. And, well, Staber's next on Staber's hit list is Will. As we've got a bunch of people here going at it, including the leaders, Bloodwave and Joe going at it. They go with Bloodwave down the inside here. He's going to try and hold his first place. Joe's going to have a go at him. He's just slightly too far back. DRS is not going to play a factor in this game whatsoever now. And Joe is going to just have to go after him in this first sector. And we've got, well, actually, it looks like Rigo and Will have had problems here. Yeah, Rigo's spun. Or Rigo's had a problem and caused the yellow flag. It looks like Will had a problem as well. He dropped a few positions. Staber up to 4th already, so I guess the gamble had paid off. Just whether or not he can catch Mildy up quick enough, who's not even close to Joe now, who might have just missed his last chance to get blood. That's a weird sentence to say. And Joe's going to burn all the ARS he can. Bloodwave's going to do the same. Bloodwave has significantly more and quite the gap to boot as well. Saeed jumps to 6th as well. Not trying. Well, he's got Robin to hunt down. Whether or not he's going to be able to do it is a different question. Hallinan closing in behind Saeed as well. The battle for the lead is still going, and Joe's going to go down the inside here, and he's going to come out in 2nd place though, because he's not able to get the exit that Bloodwave would, and that's a good attempt from Joe. Bloodwave had just had enough to hold on as they go through the 3rd to last into the 2nd to last, and the McLaren had a big enough gap down the final, well, round the final corner and down the straight. Is the McLaren holding on? The McLaren is going to hold on here in Zandvoort. He couldn't win it. He couldn't win on Thursday. But he's going to pick up his first sprint win here on the Tuesday, as he's going to go 1 up on what he did on Thursday. And the McLaren is going to carry him over the line, and that's our 9th different winner in sprint. Joe's going to be happy with 2nd, as his championship is just gaining a lot of traction here with, well, 9 races to go. Milty's going to step on the bottom step of the podium, and this time I don't think he has anyone has a reason to take that one from him. Staben's going to come 4th, so he's going to feel justified in the gamble he took. That's 9 winners from 13. Well, that's the end of the first race. And Jesus Christ, that was a lot to take in at the end. Joe gave Bloodwave every little bit he had there. That was as good as Joe could have given him. And, well, it's not a lot that Joe could do about that one. There's a lot that could have gone wrong in that race, but oh, there's a lot that went down. We got Jeddah next, so I would expect crashes galore. We've had a. If this was how we have things going on at Zandvoort, which is a track where you don't really see a lot of DNS because it's incredibly hard to do so, then yeah, Jeddah might be fun. But that's the standings for the end of this race anyway. Bloodwave on top of the world at Zandvoort. Joe second, Mildy third, Staber fourth, Robin fifth. Saeed sixth after 10th in qualifying. He's going to be happy with that. Looks like Hallinan got seventh despite a 14th place start. There's a lot that happened. Yeah, Hallinan got 7th, Will 8th, which means that gap between Joe and Will has just extended by quite the amount. Swen in 9th, 14 laps on soft, just killed his race. Rigo did a Rigo in 10th. Jack had a drive-through, so his run of awful results continues. Vogel had a bit of a mishap by the looks of it. Close my window. Right, Saudi Arabia next. I don't know when we're going. Well, I think we might be going at 40. Yep, we're going at 40. So we've got about 5 or 6 minutes to sort everything out. The real question is, how many are going to die here? How many people are crashing out at Jeddah? So I think it's going to be it's going to be quite a lot. So we've got 4 minutes until we go again. I think this is a better question to ask. Are we going to get with what? 9 races left of the season. Are we going to hit double figures in the amount of winners we have in a particular sprint season? Alu trying to Alu at me. That's me why. Nobody seems to be happy with what Alu pulled at the end of well, in that Zandvoort race. I can understand why they don't like him. If they don't like what he pulled there. We get to see what's going to happen here. But yeah, we got a couple minutes. I'm going to actually message someone about GT a minute. yeah, let's see if I can sort this out. I'm just gonna make sure I've got everything right with GT first. GT teams, because let's see if this has been updated. We should be going in about a minute's time, by the way, for the Saudi Arabian race here, 25% in the realistic cars. Also, don't forget about all the driver 61 and EBA stuff and all that. Might as well drop that in there while I don't have a particular amount to talk about. Also, while we're at it, the new calendar for next season. What's everyone's thoughts on it? We've got a. We should be actually going now. I don't understand why we wouldn't be. So I was told that we would be going at 40. It looked like we. Bloodwave going on about it, but he doesn't take it seriously, but he would have been pissed if he spun out because I was doing victory laps. There you go. Well, it looks like we're readying up for the final race of the day for sprint. Usually do two a day. So this is number 2. And well, I don't like what we got coming up. Mainly because we had 6 DNFs in the Netherlands in Zandvoort. I can't bear to imagine how many we're about to have. Alright, here we go. One-shot qualifying round Zandvoort. Who's going to get the better of this? Oh, we've got to wait for everyone to pick their setups first. When everyone picks their setups, we'll be able to have a go at this. It shouldn't be too long before, 7 seconds before you get the one-shot qualifying. But the person at my front door is there. Nice one, then. Alright, here we go. We should expect a lot from Reaper here. Reaper usually never misses a chance to express how good he is at Jeddah. It doesn't look like he's doing all that well this time round. Trying to find a way toward the front of the grid here to see what the other people at the front of the grid are doing. Staber up to 6th. Bloodwave looking to pile on to his great day so far. Rigo and Bloodwave invalidated lap. So did Joe and so is Jack. Jack is retired from the session. And that might actually put him above Joe and Blood when it comes to the end of the lap. Not entirely sure what if Truco or Noof has, but that has been a lot of big amount of disqualifications for a lap. Rigo's just done his as well. Oh, that's a good chunk of the people that were leading all invalidate their laps, and it's down to Mildy now to carry this one home. He's not going to be able to carry it home in first by the looks of it. Ernst hit the front. We did have this this conversation in chat not that long ago. Did say this was his best race in Tier 1 last season. He did eventually bottle it. But it looks like he set himself up in the exact same way here at Sprint, and Stable almost looted the car round the final corner. And is going to be the one that takes pole. Mildy takes second, Robin third, Swen fourth, Saeed fifth. Stable only got sixth, Reaper seventh in the Red Bull when he usually could do very well at Jeddah. That's an awful lap. Luke's in eighth in the Ferrari. Here we go. Pole to DNF. Yeah, that sounds about right. He got it by 0.4 of a second as well. That's a huge gap. The top four separated by, oh Jesus Christ, 1.1 seconds. There's no competition for here whatsoever. At least from fourth down to about ninth, or about ninth is actually semi-competitive. 3 big DNFs to the back there. Shit track, shit results. Oh, I'm fine with mixed up results. I'm more than fine with that. Also, that's a very, very big amount of clouds for Saudi Arabia, I think. We're not going to get rain, though. It doesn't ever rain here or Bahrain. Would be funny if you did do this in the rain, though. Should be not that long. There you go. Is it raining? Also, it's lights out, away we go. Here we go. As we go down into turn 1, it looks like got away pretty quickly, but so did Mildy, and Mildy is going to be the one that hits the front. Can't tell if it's fucking raining. Well, there's a lot of collisions all over the place here. It says Truco gone, there's Alu's gone round. A bunch of people got caught up, and Joe and Bloodwave up to 10th and 11th straight away. It looks like Joe has gone back down, and Joe has spun it immediately as soon as I said. Oh, that's a front wing gone. No front wing on either of those Williams by the looks of it. And the yellow flag has come out immediately, and there's yellow flags sector 1, 2, and 3. So we got a virtual safety car or full safety car. It's a virtual safety car. Purely because I don't see the yellow car on the track. That's incredibly unfortunate. Especially if you're who got overtaken by Mildy and doesn't really have a license to fight back at the moment. But Alu, Truco, Joe, their race is almost done off the start. Imagine making a track that literally looks like a spoon. For fuck's sake. Oh, I did not expect you to say that. I also never really saw the resemblance. That's a really, really wobbly spoon, mate. virtual safety car. It shouldn't be that long before it comes in. Let's see if anyone's going to fall for the Delta when it comes in. Jack's pitted, so Jack had a problem. I think the three behind should all go to pit as well. Oh no, Alu and Truco are going to go through, but Truco's got a drive through, so Truco's the one that falls for the trap this time. Literally, Vogel is pushing Robin through the corner to this point. Like, he could not be on the back of that car anymore if he had tried when I switched onto him. Oh, looks like one of the Ferraris has gone incredibly wide back there. Yellow flag in sector 1 is a Ferrari. That's El Truco going around again. He did it on lap 1. He's done it on lap 2. We're going around the bank, turn 13. Now Red Bull almost had a horrible time. And when you play with the Wolves here, they don't usually like you back. And DRS should be a thing that comes in on the next lap. It looks like the Red Bull's going to have a go at the Mercedes here. Vogel just able to hold off Reaper for... Oh, Reaper spam round! Reaper spam round! Saw that. He's hit the wall as well. He might have a bit of damage there. He's dropped all the way behind Alu now, and Sven not able to make a move on Staber either. We're going to go through. Vogel looking to push Robin around the corners again. Maybe even to get past him this time. He's going to have the opportunity to do so, if not this lap, but next lap with DRS. Saeed and Luke are fighting each other into turn 1. It looked like Luke's going to hold him off. Luke's going to have 9th. And Saeed had to get on the brakes pretty quickly there, otherwise he was going into a wall by the looks of that. We've got a 3-second tyre penalty for Staber, who looking to make himself the only 4-time winner in sprint this season. Sven looking to have a go at Staber here. They go through turn 13 and Sven has gone wide. And it's allowed for Staber to hold position as well. Like Sven have a slightly better exit though. Hallinan and Vogel's gone. Vogel spun. That is not good news. Mercedes was going very well in this race and now all the way back in 15th. As his race is a bit under fire now. Outside of DRS on Mildy. Mildy has to go on the medium tyre later on compared to who just got back into DRS. Not going to get it this time, but will get it on the follow round. On the following straight. Around the final corner they go, turn 27. And going to have that rear wing open right about now. As he's going to go and charge down Mildy. Rigo and Will are going at it. And it looks like Rigo's able to hold Will off at the moment. He's going to be able to... Actually, going to be fought back immediately here by Will in the Haas. They're going to go too wide into the first corner. Into the chicane. And Rigo's going to hold that position in 10th on the Haas. He is. He's done it pretty nicely there as well. And Will is currently holding his own. Joe currently in last. So Will has a good chance to cut into that deficit in the championship right now, but not really taking advantage of it. 7/10 of a second. Yellow flag in sector 3. The Ferrari again. And that's Truco this time. As he is not enjoying his day. He wasn't enjoying Zandvoort. He's not enjoying Jeddah. These tracks have not been kind to him. Sven is within DRS range of Staber, who is 3 seconds near enough behind currently sat in second. Sven just about holding himself inside DRS range here. Yellow flag in sector 2. That's an Aston Martin. It's Jack. Jack has gone round after the bank turn 13 and ouch. Well, that's a good chunk of people's race is pretty much done here. A couple of people not enjoying themselves. The people on the softs. Staber's gone in now. Robin gets 5 seconds and he follows in Staber. A couple of people fighting each other on the grid still. Luke and Saeed are two of those people. Saeed going to go down the inside into the chicane and gets the move done. before the corner hits and gets up to 6th, even though he has got a penalty. What is his penalty? 3 seconds of track limits. Now within, or closing in to half a second. Sven gets 3 seconds for track limits as well. It'll help Sven, will help Staber hold his position later on. It looks like a couple of people come back into the pits for their actual pit stops now. Jack hurried up here again because he caused himself some damage on bit when he span in turn 13. Rigo trying to close up to that Ferrari in front of him. The Luke, that's Luke in there. 7th place currently, sorry. Newford's just got in front of Major. Yellow flag in sector 2, and I think that's an Alfa Romeo. I think that's Major that's done that, and it looked like Rigo got in front of Luke quite easily. Alu got in front of Major now, and Major's having a bit of a problem. Rigo's got a shot at Saeed coming up, and Saeed's got a... Oh, here comes Mildy. Mildy into pit. So we'll get to see how well Erm's going to do with clean air. Swan's come into pit as well. Hannon stayed out. Saeed stayed out. Mildy, obviously the one to the leading person at pitting at the moment. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to Staber, who has come down the home straight now. AlphaTauri versus Staber, and he's got out quite decently in front. Staber's got out in front of Swen though, and that gap from Mildy to Staber has opened up a little bit more. Staber inside DRS on cutting fair now, and has managed to hold Swen off from his DRS himself. So Staber's going to hold that position when it comes to it later on. Robin also got a penalty. I think that was speeding in the pit lane though. Up the grid, you've got Saeed closing in on Hallinan. When's the tiers finished? 4 races left, so 4 races tomorrow. 4 weeks tomorrow for tier 1, 3 and 5, and 4 races on Sunday for everyone else. 4 weeks on Sunday for everyone else, I think. Joe just gets 3 seconds of track limits, and here comes Saeed here on Hallinan, who's currently fighting for 2nd place. Albeit pit stops and everything like that later on might change that. Rigo also trying to get himself established in this fight. Almost loses the car on the throttle in the final corner. And it looks like Saeed's going to get him here, and Hallinan's a sitting duck for both of them here. They both had DRS into turn 1. Saeed up to 2nd, Rigo up to 3rd, Hallinan drops to 4th, Mildy able to overtake a couple of people who just went into the pits, same with Staber. And that gap currently sits at nearly 4 seconds, and the safety car's come out. Why is the safety car come out? Who's died? Trying to see who's gone into a wall. Oh, Major's got no front wing. It looks like Major's the reason why that's come out. I think he is. Yeah. He's the only one I see with any sort of damage, so that's what I'd expect it to be. Hallinan's gonna have a good. Gonna love the fact that he gets his free pit stop now. Same with Saeed and Rigo as well. They all should be taking free pit stops from this point onwards, especially with the safety car out. Here we go. Everyone's gone in, and I think that's a cut. I think that's a cut from a couple of people there, but we'll not talk about it. You sped up. I did. I very much did. I don't quite race on wheel now, but I'm trying to transition over the wheel. The aim's to be quicker on the wheel now than I am currently on pad, but as for whether or not I can realise that ambition by what will be 6 or 7 weeks' time, fuck knows. We'll wait and see. Alright, safety car. We should go probably maybe lap 9. Depends on whether or not Jack and Major can get up to the back. But I am very surprised that we've gone through 8 laps and we haven't actually had a DNF yet. Penalties galore, but we've not had a DNF, yet we had 6 at Zandvoort. Work that one the fuck out. As for going in this lap, I don't think that's actually possible. I think we're going to go racing to get a lap 10. We'll get back to racing in another lap or so. We'll wait and see what actually happens. Maybe it goes in the same vein as Zandvoort did if a couple of people have actually, a couple of people spinning out actually. Rigo did eventually spin out under the safety car, and Noof beached his car under the safety car at Zandvoort, so things can still happen under the safety car. I haven't decided that backing everyone up would be a good idea, even though we're nowhere near the final sector yet. So as for penalties, we got 3 seconds for Staber, 3 seconds for Sven, 5 for Robin, 3 for Saeed, which will promote Bloodwave, Rigo, probably Luke and Hallinan as well, up at least 1 position. Let's have a look. Leader. So Staber's 2 seconds at this current time. It would be all the way up to Luke. That would be moved up 1 position if it was to end this way. There we go. It looks like the safety car should be coming in this lap. There you go. There it is. That's the call. So we're about to go racing again. Lap 10 of 13. Late safety car is having another impact in the race at ALR. There we go. Around the final corner we go. So trying to get redemption for what he did in Tier 1 last season by winning the race here at Sprint. Oh, there goes Staber. Staber's been on the final corner of the safety car restart. He's dropped all the way down to 10th, but everyone's gone now, so he's about to lose a couple more. And down into turn 1, Sven's got a long way back. And Mildy and... Oh, Staber's out. Staber's out. Ah, the bad move for Staber, the bad 30 seconds. It's not even 30 seconds, but Mildy and have gone quite the distance up ahead. 2.5 plus the 3 seconds for a track limits penalty. So it is between and Mildy for the rest of this race now, unless, well, Maybe Bloodwave gets back into it later on if he can get past them both, but that's still a long way away from fruition. The yellow flag there is in sector 1, it just cleared up. Joe just got past Cunning third, and everyone at the back has 3-second time penalty, so there's no real hope of any of them gaining any other positions. Down the grid, you've got Rigo trying to go at Saeed here. He doesn't have to force anything because he's going to get quite a number of positions here regardless because of the penalties. And I guess he wants to get the position from Bloodwave rather than anything else. Further back on the grid, you've got Vogel trying to go after Alu, who's going after Noof himself, and then Will just far in front of that, who's 4 seconds off of Luke because something happened here as well. I think it might have been the aftermath from Staber. A couple of people pit for softs under that safety car as well. As we go down into, heading towards turn 1 now, and Alu able to hold out Vogel for a little bit longer. Joe gets past Hallinan on the straight. And, Hallinan could have had it. Oh, there goes both the Aston Martins from the race. Jack retired. I think he'd gone in the pits to retire those, so nothing's going to come from it. Even if he didn't, I think it would be too late for a safety car now. And there goes one of the McLarens just coming back on. Noof picks up 3 seconds for track limits as well. So everyone and anyone getting track limit penalties. Robin and Bloodwave not having the cleanest of times. Bloodwave was the one that came off and then came back on in the end of the first sector there we just saw. He's trying to catch Swen. Irrespective, he's going to get him because of penalties. Mildy, 9/10 of a second behind him at the moment. DRS is going to come back into play in the next lap or so. So maybe if he can hold himself inside that 1 second by the time that comes up, then he might have a chance. If not, it's Erm's day. We've got a few people fighting in the background. Rigo going against Saeed, and he's going to get him. He's going to finally get him. He's been trying for a few laps now, and he's going to go down the inside of the final corner on the lap. He gets Saeed. He's going to be able to have a go straight away at Bloodwave, who's been overtaken again by Robin, who's going to go after Swen here. And it looks like that McLaren going to have to fend Rigo off. The other McLaren tried to get round Swen and couldn't actually get it done. 5 or 6 people in a battle here. No grip anywhere. I think there's more set related. Like, here comes the 2 McLarens going at it. They're going to go side by side through this. Or not. They're going to spin each other out. They're going to spin each other out. Bloodwave just getting too overzealous. Taking out somebody who had a penalty. Could have just taken third. And, well, like, that is just a move he did not have to make. It's one that's going to backfire on him quite heavily as well. 1.5 seconds up in the front of the race as well. So looks to have got this one in the bag. We've seen this before from him. He's bottled it before. He can bottle it again. Reaper gets up into 7th. As a result of everyone having a bit of a moment, Joe up to 9th as well, but people behind him have not got penalties, and that will eventually change. Rigo's going to go down the long way on Swen, and he gets it done before the final corner as well. He's going to get attacked by DRS out of the final corner. If he can hold on, then he's going to be able to probably hold on for the rest of the race. Joe's going to get Noof. Will got overtaken by Reaper. And they're going to go down into the final, well, out of the final corner, and everyone is right behind each other. Will with his DRS not able to get anywhere near Reaper, and Noof has gone very deep into that corner. Truco and Joe going at it, and it's now a three-way fight. Truco to the wall after a little bit of a tap with Joe. It looks like Joe just pushing Noof through the corners now, as he's trying to get past, so that he gained an extra position when those 3 seconds kick in. Oh, and there goes Alu. Vogel gets past, but I'm not entirely sure what happened to Alu there. It looked like Bloodwave and Saeed also going past Vogel as he ghosted with a mistake in that in the final corner of that first sector. It's all over the place at the back here. And Mildy never able to get back into DRS here. And well, as we go down into the final corner, unless Max Verstappen's this, it's for the taking. He goes through the final corner, there is no wall to stop him, and he goes down the final straight, and he makes it amends for Tier 1, and he wins the race in the Merc, and finally takes something home that isn't a DNF. As he wins in Jeddah, Mildy comes second, double podium for him today. Rigo gets on third, Luke fourth, Swen's going to get fifth, Reaper sixth, Will's going to take seventh, I think Knuf's going to, actually Bloodway's going to take eighth, Knuf ninth, Paladin 10th, Truco 12th, Truco 11th, Joe 12th. Will not really taking advantage of Joe's poor race here. Z 30th, Cunningham 40th, Major 15th, Vogel 16th, and Alu. We get to watch him do a victory lap backwards again. And that's it. That's the end of the day as we painfully watch Alu reverse up to the line. But has done it. And I'm pretty sure hasn't won a sprint this season, so that makes it 10 from 14. And that it's one that going to be riding on for a season and like a few seasons now, because he's never usually able to do anything else. You kick-started a process here. No, you've kick-started your only win for the next season and a half. We'll be back on Thursday in Abu Dhabi, and you'll be DNFing again. Don't worry about it. Hey, I have earned the right for watching you DNF so many times to call you a fraud. I have earned the right to do that at this point. You always love me on Sundays. I wouldn't be able to tell because I don't watch Sundays back. Most of the time I bottle Sundays, so I don't ever want to watch it back. But yeah, that is all we have for sprint today. Both races had well, Zandvoort had a lot more towards the end, and this one had battled in the midfield, but had it covered from almost the start. Mildy gave him a good fright off the start, but was able to recover after the pits. But with that, I'll see you guys on Thursday where we do all this again, but this time for Tier 1 in a bit.